action.
Okay. Let me get a direct response from Mr. Kelechi. Is this the case?
Well, Chamberlain, first of all, I think he's not also saying the truth. Wike, I know, can never sleep in Okrika. I know Wike too well for that. And I also appreciate him when he mentioned people that hold an office. Remember, my brother, my good friend, that in Omoma local government, where I came from, where I'm from, a serving caretaker member, a repentant militant by name Chisom Mobu, was appointed a caretaker member in Omoma. This particular boy shot somebody. Bobo, this is the boy. And this boy, as I speak to you now, is lying down in India. The police is aware. And you can quote me. The person that shot this boy is a member of caretaker, is a caretaker member of the APC, appointed by Governor Rotimi Amechi. So how do you orchestrate violence and at the same time you want to blame your PDP members? So if APC had the entire problem, they should solve the entire problem. That people put aside came to Obiapo, and he did decide in Obiapo. Wike is from Obiapo. If there was a problem, the problem should start in Obiapo. But nothing happened. So if the people put aside was only attacked in Okrika, then they should look inwards.
Is that true?
It's surprising to me when I hear my friends say the same things he's saying. We are all from Rivers State. And I'm very sure that when things happen, they don't happen in secret, as it were. He knows very well that, for instance, I want to relate. Apart from the fact that we did say that the first day this was what happened, the police in Rivers State, on the second date we took after the first day, told us verbatim. Now, I think I need to do a little rewinding.
Briefly, we don't have all the time.
Because we were to do this rally on the 27th. We gave the police a 2 weeks notice, as it were, almost a month notice. What PDP did was very simple. They came to take a date 2 days before us. We saw it and felt that it was going to be a problem. And we were taking the same venue we were to take, that they would do it 2 days before us. And so we went back and said, no, we won't do that. We need to get back. We sat down, rearranged, and said, okay, if the worst comes, we will leave the venue for them and we'll take another venue. Just to show how peaceful we were. In between that, the so-called First Lady, who today had told all of us to leave our town and run, decided to come to Rivers State. That just as she heard that we were going to do a rally. We managed to escape that as it were. I'm coming. Into the system. We managed to escape that. On this last date, if you recall, we also took permission from the police. The police told us not to, and the only reason they gave, was because Her Excellency heard that APC was to do a rally, and therefore she was going to come to Okrika, and because she was going to come to Okrika, we cannot do a rally.
How did you come to that conclusion?
The police said it.
Because you were going to do a rally, she came to Port Harcourt.
No. The police said the First Lady is in town, that we can't do a rally.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. When we return, Honorable Kelechi Nwongo will respond to that, and then we'll continue. We'll be back after this break. Please join us again. Welcome back to Nigeria 2015. Honorable Kelechi Nwongo still stands by in Port Harcourt, and we'll go ahead and we'll get the headline news first from Ayo Balogun before we go ahead. Hello, Ayo.
Hello, Chamberlain. These are the headlines right about now. Now, those doubtful about the 2015 general elections holding as rescheduled may just have a rethink, as President Goodluck Jonathan has again assured Nigerians that nothing will stop the polls from going ahead on March the 28th and on April the 11th. The president made this promise today at the Naval Dockyard in Lagos, where he commissioned 4 naval ships. The president also commended the military for their efforts at tackling the Boko Haram insurgents, saying that his administration is fully committed to restoring peace to the crisis-ridden Northeast. About 158 people who were freed from Boko Haram captivity last month in Yobe State have been reunited with their families. The abductees were captured in Kantako town in Gujba local government area of the state following an attack by the insurgents on the town located about 22 kilometers south of Damtoru, the state capital. After regaining their freedom, the abductees were made to undergo rehabilitation by security agents before their eventual release to the Yobe state government. And activities in Ado-Ekiti state, or that's the capital of Ekiti state rather, were today disrupted for several hours as students of the state-owned university took to the streets to protest the 10,000 naira fine for late registration imposed by the school authority. The students who marched from the school gate through some major streets in Ado-Ekiti with cards bearing different inscriptions urged the state governor to intervene. In an attempt to restore calm, the police fired tear gas on the protesters. However, Governor Ayodele Fayose promised to revert the increment with immediate effect. And authorities in the Ukraine say there have been shelling in several places east of the country in continuous violation of a ceasefire which started on Sunday. Now, there have been reports of artillery fire in the city of Donetsk, where the truce has been observed so far. However, much of the fighting in Donetsk seems to be taking place close to the airport. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, the OSCE, has also reported more shelling near the town of Debaltseve, which observers have not been able to reach yet. So the headlines. It's still Nigeria 2015. Is back to you now, Chamberlain.
Well, thank you, Ayo. Let's get back to our discussion today, and we'll go now to Honorable Kelechi Iwogu, who was going to speak about the allegations being made here now about the PDP picking their dates, and then the police saying, well, you can't hold any rally because the First Lady was in town. Is that correct?
Well, Chamberlain, I must tell you the truth, that is not correct. Now, I had my friend when he was making his statement, he said that Nyesom Wike slept in Okrika. Please, where did he sleep in Okrika? Where did Wike sleep in Okrika? I heard when you said Wike slept, where did he sleep in Okrika? You know, you don't just say and make and lay accusation on someone. Wike, you mentioned that, I'm asking you, where did Wike sleep in Okrika? If I ask you that question, you cannot answer that question. Wike cannot sleep in Okrika. And let me tell you, you don't speak for the police. You said you applied to the Nigerian police, and they said the First Lady is gone. I think you need the police to come and clear the air on that, to tell you whether that is what it is. The police cannot do that. And who also gave, since you said the police said First Lady is coming, how did the same police send their troop to still protect you on that same day? The same day you did the rally, the same police send their troop to come there and protect you. So how would the same police tell you not to hold your rally? It is not true.